Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new Railroad Tycoon 3 campaign video, where today I'm going to be doing the Crossing the Alps video scenario. And we started in 1875 and we've played until 1910, or if we get gold before then. It says the craggy mountain passes of the Alps are a natural barrier to land trade in Central Europe. In the late 1800s, the Swiss and Italians tunnelled through St. Gotthard Pass to connect Zurich, Switzerland and Milan, Italy. However, one of the lowest passes is the Brenner Pass between Innsbruck, Austria and Bolzano, Italy. You can go where you like, but you have to make a rail connection as quickly as possible since time and money will not be on your side, despite the fact we get 35 years. Get through and you'll be a hero. Fail and you'll be ruined. Yeah, so bronze we have to connect by 1910, which is again 35 years. Milan in Italy to Zurich in Switzerland. Milan being... It's not actually a very big map, this. It's only 256 by 256, which is like one of the smallest maps in the game. Milan is here. Zurich is here. Silver, you got to connect Milan to Zurich, also Munich in Germany, and Venice in Italy. Venice is here, and Munich is here. And then for gold, you have to do all of that, and also deliver 30 loads of weapons to Munich. With the condition that you can't lay unconnected track. Now, personally, I don't think this is a particularly difficult scenario. However, I'm going to add in the extra challenge for myself, and I don't know if this is actually going to be possible. And obviously I've done this before, just on different maps. Try and connect every city on the map. Now, there aren't actually a lot of cities on this map. Again, it's very small. There are, however, quite a few countries which you've got to buy access into. You start in Italy, you get access to Italy for free. But there's also Croatia, which we might have access to, although there's no cities in Croatia. There's Slovenia, again, there's no cities in Slovenia. There's Austria, which we will need access into. Switzerland and Germany. And there's a heck of a lot of mountains. It's the Alps, after all. So there's quite a few sort of simple cities that are relatively flat and low-lying. But then there's also places like Klagenfurt, which I've obviously got to think about how to get to. Sondrio, which is kind of in the middle of nowhere. And Chur, which again is kind of in the middle of nowhere. I don't think this is going to be too difficult. It just might be a bit more difficult than it would be otherwise. So anyway, without further ado, let's create our... That is a very weird railroad company logo. Yeah, some of my company logos are a bit messed up. Let's create our company, and because I'm unimaginative, we'll just call ourselves the Great Alpine Railroad. And can we pick something that's fairly mountainous? I mean, that would be good, except it's the Great Northern Railway. Yeah, some of my logos appear to be slightly bugged, or just not very well made, like, what the heck is that? And obviously, most of these are realistic, or just, you know, real locos. I mean, we could actually go for that, which is the State Railway of Italy, but I can't remember what it's actually called. Or that, which is one of the State Railways of Germany, possibly modern, possibly from a long time ago. That, I can't remember what it is. You know, we've got a lot of these things. Do you know what? I'm actually just going to go with that. So we're the Great Alpine Railroad, but with the company logo of the Italian National Railway. It's fine. We start with 1.1 million. We don't have to worry about company dividends, personal net worth, that sort of thing. So we might as well just issue stock. And that just increases it to slightly below 1.2 million. Bonds I will leave for now. So yeah, we have access to Italy, Slovenia and Croatia for free. Not that there's anything in Slovenia or Croatia on this map anyway, besides like one iron mine in Slovenia. And, you know, maybe a bit else. But yeah, so basically we start in Italy. We probably want to start in Venice. not actually a great deal of cargo on the map. I mean, there's a bit in Trieste, a bit in Venice, Portuguero. Saying that, there are 127 loads of passengers on the map, 47 loads of mail. It's not loads. There's also not actually a great diversity in the actual cargo, because as you can see, there's only 20 different loads of cargo in total. But anyway, the main thing is that Venice supplies, thanks to its ports, 10 loads of weapons per year. For some reason it demands produce, and it also converts steel into 2 loads of weapons. Maximum 4. So I think that's like maximum of 4 steel into 8 weapons. So there's a max, and when you consider that's doubled up, that's like an extra 16 loads of weapons. So there's a potential of 26 loads of weapons per year. Long story short, there's going to be a lot of weapons in Venice eventually, and as you can see, you can basically just ship them up the route that we are going to go, which is like Venice, Verona, Trento, Bolzano, and then through these craggy mountains to Innsbruck and then Munich. And then Munich has a warehouse that demands weapons, so that's why you can make a fortune hauling weapons from Venice or just the south to Munich. But anyway, without further ado, let us begin by building an station in Venice. And I kind of want to cover the whole area, both ports and farm, but that's not possible, so yeah, that ain't happening. There's no way to build the station so it's sort of more horizontal. No, guess not. Okay, I guess we'll do something like that. Annoyingly, I don't seem to be able to build Alps. I can't build an unconnected track, which is annoying. Yeah, I want that. So it is actually clipping there, but as far as the game's concerned, that is completely fine. And then the reason for that is so that I can basically, you know, build track out over to Verona, which we will eventually connect to, not right now. So I'm going to leave that track like it is, like that, and we're going to want, oops, to go to Portuguero. I don't think it's Portuguero. Now, for bridges, we could just go with wood, but seeing as we have the technology, we may as well go for iron bridges, although they are slightly more expensive. Kind of want this to be as short a bridge as possible, and, you know, not too steep a gradient, because then it's cheaper and we can go faster. So that seems about as good as you're going to get. And I am going to need to take out the bond. Yeah, doesn't seem to be a way to not have the 3% gradient anymore. Oh well. So we'll go something like that. I've not actually played this game in ages. I know it's been like about a year since I did a Railroad Tycoon video, and yeah, I don't think I've actually played the game since then. That would actually suit it. That would actually be okay. The only issue there is that I can't actually then convert to a large station. If I build the station there, I could convert it to a large, but then I don't quite cover the entire city. So maybe I should just build it like that. It's saying I don't have enough money, so I don't actually know if I could build a large station like that anyway. We just have to kind of hope that Portuguero doesn't get too big. And then Trieste will actually need a large station because it's quite spaced out. But the large station will cover the entire city, which is quite good. Yeah, we're going to need a bond. I can't issue stock because I've already done that. I want it some... yeah, I want it like that. Okay. Right, so Venice has a bit of grain, which is kind of useless. A couple of passengers going from Venice to... sorry, a bit of mail going to Portuguero. Weapons, we can't actually ship those anywhere. Passengers want to go to Portuguero. There's not a whole lot to deliver, to be honest. But I suppose you've got to start somewhere. Goods we can ship to Trieste from Portuguero, or alternatively Venice. Trieste itself, yeah, we can do. Would be more profitable to go from Trieste to Venice, and then Venice Portuguero, because Portuguero to Trieste isn't terribly profitable, and then Trieste to Portuguero, there's only very little that we can actually ship. Right, with regards to our locomotives, we actually have a variety of options here. So for some reason we can still get the Dorchester. I'm not going to use the Dorchester because it's horribly outdated. Crampton is a possibility. Thatcher Perkins is also a possibility. Thatcher Perkins is great because it's good on hills and it has a good top speed. Looks good is 110, looks sharp is 120 for passengers. So the Thatcher Perkins is 1,000 more per maintenance, slightly lower top speed. It can only do 60, not 65, but it's better on hills than the Crampton, and it's better at pulling power. It's more reliable. It has worse acceleration and worse fuel economy than the Crampton. The Mogul is not good for passengers, but it's good for freight. It's better, about the same on hills as the Thatcher Perkins. Less overall top speed. Better fuel economy than the Thatcher Perkins. It's cheaper to buy, slightly more expensive to maintain. Less fuel economy, better acceleration, slightly less reliable. So the Mogul could be good for freight, or we could just use nothing but Thatcher Perkins. The Sterling, expensive to buy but cheap to maintain. Good fuel economy, good acceleration. Not the most reliable. Good for passengers, and very fast on flat land, although it can't actually pull a lot. So, for express, it's kind of a toss-up between the Sterling and the Thatcher Perkins, and then for freight, probably the Moguls. So, later on we will get the consolidation. I think it becomes available like 1880, bearing in mind I'm playing with mods and, you know, this isn't like vanilla. I think the Thatcher Perkins is probably just the best for like overall stuff, to be honest. And also I just realised we're going to need maintenance and service. So let's do Trieste to Venice. That's very profitable. Hauling a lot of freight. And then Portuguero. Yeah, Portuguero is just not really very profitable. I guess there's a few odds and ends we can ship to wondering if I should make that Sterling, or a Mogul maybe? No, probably just make it a Thatcher Perkins, honestly. So, Portuguero to Venice. And we've got a dining car on that train as well. Yeah, so it's going to make a bit of money, but it's not going to be hugely profitable. And I'm going to put a water tower there as well. So yeah, basically I'm running the scenario as normal, except I want to connect to every city. This does unfortunately mean that, because I'm probably just going to be shipping... That is a lot of passengers. Because I'm basically just going to be shipping a lot of weapons anyway, and because the gold requirement is only 30 loads of weapons, I'm probably going to do 30 loads of weapons before I connect to Zurich, which is quite unfortunate. Because once you get gold, the scenario just ends. Oh, there you go, we've got the consolidation right now. And in actual fact, it is very bad for passengers, but other than that, it's very good. Very good pulling power, quite fast, and good on hills. So the consolidation will basically be our freight loco. Consolidation is not. It has been modified from like vanilla unmodified, because vanilla unmodified, the consolidation is a bit overpowered. It can do 60 miles an hour. It's very good on hills. Now it only does 50 miles an hour. It becomes available in 1865, I think. And yeah, it's kind of just a bit too good. You can kind of just use it for everything. Saying that, the Thatcher Perkins is very good. And that becomes available in 1865 as well. So the Thatcher Perkins is kind of... You could say the Thatcher Perkins is a bit overpowered. I'm a bit surprised that I can use it, honestly, because it's a bit of an... It's an American locomotive, really. Not a European locomotive, but... Yeah, I mean, we are actually making good profit, even with just, you know, 3 cities and 2 trains. So, obviously, the next route will be Venice to Verona. I don't know what's actually in Verona. There's a meat plant, but there's no cattle anywhere nearby. Got to be very careful pressing that button, because you can't see this on the video, but the timer and the stop recording video button is right in the top right, and it'll be very easy to accidentally stop recording. Because yeah, the ledger button is right there. There's probably a hotkey, but I don't know what the hotkey is. So anyway, yeah, the police with us, they've increased our salary to 13,000, and yeah, that just basically says, you've not done anything yet, you've just passed a year and nothing has happened really. To be expected. We could take out another bond, but I don't know if we actually want to right now. So anyway, let's connect to Verona. Ironically, considering we're playing in the Alps, I'm kind of hoping to have fairly flat track. I don't think there'll be a lot of gradients if everything goes to plan. Because you can basically just connect Verona to Bolzano, which is relatively flat. Bit of a gradient up here, but I'm kind of hoping we can just run trains through tunnels and mountain passes, and there won't actually be really steep track. Not like Central Pacific, where you're in the Rockies and you do have to deal with a lot of steep track. And like Central Pacific is one where you would normally use the consolidation, because it's just incredible on vanilla. But with the mod, I think we ended up using the Thatcher Perkins. I am going to need a bond, and actually that's very annoying how I built this. I might have to just either build more track or demolish a house. Because that's not going to suit my needs. Not being able to build unconnected track has proved to be very annoying. Because I really want to just build the station right there. But I can't because the bridge is in the way. Can I build a medium? could build a medium, but that wouldn't fit the entire city. Yeah, because if I could build unconnected track, I could just build the station and then connect the track up to it, but I can't do that. So I'm going to have to do something very awkward, like this. And even that doesn't work. That almost works, except I don't quite get that house in. No, I really want the station, like, there. Where this house is. Wow, this is incredibly awkward. Yeah, this is a right pain in the arse. I'm going to load the autosave. I know it's kind of cheating, but, you know, it's not like I actually really did anything. So, we are going to need another bond, and I am going to issue stock. And I've basically got to just, you know, rebuild this track. While I'm at it, I'm actually going to save the game as Alps LP hard. There we go. I've actually managed to avoid the 4% grading somehow. Yeah, so with that gift of hindsight knowledge, why can't I just build the station like that? Because the bridge got in the way. Maybe if I build the bridge more south and then come in north, could work. Do something like this. It doesn't quite work. Yes, that's what I want. Because then I actually cover the entire city. And it also allows me to build track eventually going up north along this pass to Trento. And also, it might not look it, but I think once you get to Trento and Bolzano, then you can really start making money. Because, are there any weapons in Venice? There are. Oh wow, we can actually ship weapons to Verona, and that will make quite a lot of money. Any passengers in Verona want to go... Yeah, there's a couple of passengers want to go to Venice from Verona. Not really anything else. I mean, they actually kind of want to go more to Puerto and Trieste. But I suppose once they're in Venice, they can get trains to Puerto and Trieste, so... Yeah, this should make decent cash. And also, we don't actually need another bond, which is really good. Because it's 11% at the moment. Can't issue stock, because we've already done that. Yeah, brilliant. So, we don't want consolidation. Don't really want... Is sterling actually going to be used for anything? I'm just wondering. Because the only thing the sterling is really good for is the fact that it's supposedly got higher speed, but once it actually starts getting any incline and any, you know, amount of pulling... I do know that these numbers are largely inaccurate. Sterling has better fuel economy and it's better acceleration and more reliable. Oh wait, no it's not, it's less reliable. Yeah, the sterling is actually really just kind of useless, unfortunately, on this scenario. If you didn't have the Thatcher Perkins, and you were playing probably with, like, no mods, sterling would be good. Is there any point using the Crampton either? No, not really. Crampton's just kind of outdated by this point. The Fairley... Yeah, the Fairley is useless. The whole point of the Fairley is basically like the Shay, in that it will do, you know, 18 miles an hour up any slope pulling a full train. Which 18 miles an hour is not fast, but it can well be. It can certainly be faster than a lot of trains, even like the Thatcher Perkins. And it will do like the Shay. It just goes up a straight cliff. So yeah, I think basically most of my trains in this game are going to be Thatcher Perkins. and then maybe use consolidations when I know that we're not going to have passengers and we can just use freight. But for general consist, it's just going to be a lot of Thatcher Perkins. That train's not actually hauling anything. It's a bit of a surprise. I suppose prices are going to equalise as time goes on, you know, once like supply and demand equalise. We are getting a lot of passengers. I mean, it is 1876, but it's good to see a lot of passengers. Now there you go, there's a lot of weapons. So we don't really need a dining car if we're just going to be hauling freight. And there you go, we get a load of lumber as well. Now, those are hauling for 29,000 per load, but in Munich we can haul them for 292,000 a load. Now, obviously, to get from Venice to Munich takes a lot of time, so you won't actually get the full 292,000. But even if you only get half of that, you can still make a fortune hauling weapons in this map. Growing prosperity, very nice. Just wondering if it's actually worth taking out a bond and trying to connect to either Milan or Trento. How much is in Milan's? A couple of steel mills. There's a distillery, but there's not much produce around. Steel mills, coal and iron, but there's not much of either. There's a tool and die in Portobello, but it's not doing too brilliantly. Meat plant in Milan. I mean, there's a cattle ranch there, but it's not really going to do much. No, I think Milan's honestly just going to be a lot of passengers. Bergamo doesn't really have much in it either. And also, it'd be probably cheaper to go from Verona to Trento than it would be to go from Verona to Milan, because that would require 3 bridges. Probably do that in January of 1877. I mean, we are going to have to connect every city eventually anyway, but we do have until 1910, so we've got a bit of time. Profit not as good that year, but we'll still increase our salary to 15,000. Not that I'm actually worried about salary or anything, because I'm not worried about personal net worth. Yeah, just take out 1.5 million in bonds, and we can connect. I think we'll connect to Milan first. That will be like a branch line going up to Trento. And then that works, or would I be better off doing... Yeah, that actually is relatively flat, because even though there's like 3-4% there, it's basically flat, apart from the exit there. Which there's basically no way to avoid that exit, so... Yeah, that works. And branch line going like that. Is it possible to get... I was going to say, is it possible to get track going from the Milan line, but no, not really. Just to connect up. Yeah, that kind of works. Just so you don't get trains having to sort of go from Milan to Trento by going this way, and then they kind of back on themselves and have to do like a sort of reverse, which I don't think gameplay-wise actually makes a difference, but it's a bit unrealistic and it might help with traffic. It's actually all relatively flat, which is nice to see. Yeah, I like the look of this track. And I can connect up to Bergamo as well. Can't take out another bond. Not yet, anyway. Right, there's nothing over here. I've just seen Sondrio as well. That's... I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but that's not going to be terribly easy to get to. Yeah, this is where the challenge comes in. Is I think it's doable, but just connecting every city on the map. Milan is actually kind of so big that even a large station will not cover the entire city. So Milan has a fair bit of stuff we can deliver. A bit of alcohol we can ship to Venice or Verona. It's basically the same. Produce to Verona, milk to wherever. Passengers want to go to Venice. Or kind of just wherever. It's a long way to go to Milan from Milan to Venice, so we're probably better off just going Milan to Verona. And then there's the stuff in Verona that we can ship to Milan. No, bit of lumber, bit of mail, bit of grain, but not really much. Okay, never mind. We are going to need maintenance and service, which we'll build here. And then we'll build up to Trento later, because I can't issue stock or take out another bond. I don't know how much it's going to cost to get to Bergamo, because obviously going to my house you need a track station and just wondering if I could get away with a small station, or would it have to be a medium? No, it'd have to be a medium, wouldn't it? Yeah, medium. Okay. Not that there's really much in Bergamo, anyway. Nobody actually wants to go... Well, people from Milan want to go to Bergamo. Quite a lot of people, actually. Interestingly. Alright, well, we will do a train. I want to zoom out. Milan to Verona with a dining car. And then Bergamo, like I said, it's not entirely useful, to be honest. Might end up being Bergamo to Milan. Yeah, let's just do that. It's actually holding nothing. That's slightly frustrating. Oh well. I did think Bergamo might be a bit pointless to connect to right now. Yeah, there's a lot of passengers wanting to go from Milan to Bergamo. Tool and die factories will stop accepting iron. Yeah, I mean, that won't affect me too much, to be honest. Could take out another bond and try and build to Trento. I don't think I've got enough money, but I can try. Try and avoid the 4% gradient if possible. Try and limit it to 3. Don't know if this is actually going to be doable, but... suppose 4% isn't too bad. 4% is probably livable with. Plus the Thatcher Perkins itself is actually good on hills, so... I think flatter track is actually cheaper to build as well. It's not just a case of, oh, your trains run faster. And there you go, we've made it to Trento. Like that. There we go. Medium station does cover the entire city, except for this one very annoying house right on the mountain. But I also don't really want to build a large station for this one house. But I might... yeah, I think I might have to actually, you know. As daft as that is. Right, so Trento, we can ship weapons from Venice to Trento, and then some passengers. We could either do Verona or Venice. Not really much else, but yeah, we could do Venice to Trento, which should make decent cash. Waiting for truck to clear. And then put a dining car on the Trento train. And there you go. Only one load of weapons, but still quite a bit of lumber, so decent profit. Saying that, it is actually quite a long distance train, and I've just realised that we are going to need a maintenance and service about here. Is it possible to fit? Yeah, we can fit a maintenance there, that's no problem. Yeah, so the company, despite the fact that we've got 3 million in bonds, is actually making good profit, and the stock is going to split probably. Economic prosperity is helping as well. Yeah, so Trento to Venice, it's just hauling a bit of iron and then some passengers. Zurich has offered $300,000 to connect to it, and seeing as we're the only railroad, yeah. Stock split 2 for 1. Very nice. I mean, Zurich might not end up being the last city we connect to, it just depends if we can connect to Zurich before we deliver 30 loads of weapons to Munich. And also, actually, it's not whether we can do that, it's whether we can connect to every city on the map before we deliver 30 loads of weapons to Munich. If we deliver 30 loads of weapons to Munich before every city is connected, then Zurich will be the last city we connect to. If we can connect to every city before we deliver 30 loads of weapons, then it's not a problem, and Zurich will be utilised. Which is, it would be a good thing, because Zurich does have probably a fair bit going for it. Right, I can issue stock again. I could take out more bonds, and then try and connect to Bolzano. I think that's probably a decent idea. The thing is once the company has enough money, we can always just, you know, refinance the bonds for better interest rate. Which I do quite a lot in this game. That is a pretty nasty bridge. Is there no way to make that a bit better? That's another thing about this game, is a lot of the game is just kind of figuring out the best ways to track. Now, I can do a short wooden bridge. Can I not do a short steel bridge? It doesn't seem to want to let me. That's kind of daft, but also actually kind of works. Annoyingly, I actually had something good there, and now it's just cancelled out, so... I think that's probably about as good as it's going to get. I mean, you know, Iron Bridge is fine. Right, keep going to Bolzano, and we've made it to Bolzano. There's nothing over there really that we need to get to, unless we use that way to get to Chur, but it'd probably be easier to go via this way. I think the main priority right now is just go the normal way. No way to avoid 5% gradient? Probably not. Oh, there you go. .4% maximum gradient. With a bit of a snaky path. Right, so Bolzano can have a large station as well. Like that. Yeah, that's a bit of a snaky, windy path, but it does work. And annoyingly, there's a load of farms in the way, so I'm going to build around those. Klagenfurt is going to be an interesting one to get to. I don't know how I'm going to get to Klagenfurt. And I've also just realised I'm going to need to buy access into Austria, which is 500,000. So, yeah, we can do that when we've got more money, because getting to Innsbruck, we do want to go this way, and we are probably going to have to tunnel through here. But honestly, once you get to Innsbruck, it's pretty flat from Innsbruck to Rosenheim, then Munich. And then once Germany's open to you, there's some decent sized cities over here that normally I don't connect to, but you can make decent money. Right, so could do a long distance train from Bolzano to Venice, and I think that's probably the best thing maybe. Although actually Verona to Bolzano isn't actually that bad of an idea, because we can ship weapons. There were a few passengers wanted to go there, ship some grain. Yeah, do both I reckon. Venice to Bolzano. Probably want to double up round Venice to be honest, because it's going to get quite heavy on traffic. And then Verona to Bolzano. And let's double up round here. Yeah, traffic's pretty bad between, you know, Venice and Portovero. So I'm just going to double this up. There you go. Probably also Verona might get quite heavy on traffic later on. Can't issue the stock, that's fine. Just buy into Austria right now. So yeah, things are going alright at the moment. They're making like 500,000 in profit a year. At least. Made 886,000 last year. And there you go. Big train just came in. Economic boom! Brilliant. Just what we need. I don't know how much it's going to cost to get to Innsbruck. And I don't really want to take out a load of bonds right now. Stock even might split again at the end of the year. Could buy 1,000 shares on the margin. Yeah, go on then. Not worried about net worth. As long as it doesn't go negative, obviously, but... Stock should split, which it does. Brilliant. So the salary is now 30,000, we've got economic boom. Right, we can can't issue stock just yet, gotta wait a bit. Right, just take out 1 million in bonds, so now at 5 million, not a problem. Don't want double track for this. Is there a way to avoid 4% gradient? Yeah, 4% gradient's fine. I am being a bit perfectionist, considering Thatcher Perkins is fine for gradients, as I said. Yeah, Klagenfurt's not going to be easy to get to. I reckon we can get to about here, okay. It's just might need a couple of tunnels. It also doesn't really have a whole lot going on in there. There's a lumber mill and a few houses. And I can't imagine that lumber mill's terribly profitable either. Ooh. Okay. I have to avoid the steep gradient. Now, we've come to a situation where you just have to build a tunnel. There's just no other way around it. Saying that, the tunnel will cost about 2 million. That's 1.7 million. Yeah, you just have to build a tunnel. So we're going to need to take out another 1 million in bonds, why not? I think we can afford it. So that's a 1% gradient tunnel. That's a 2% gradient tunnel. It's a bit weird that there's a massive slope coming out of the tunnel. One problem with tunnels is that it's a constant gradient throughout, and you also can't build a maintenance and service in the tunnel. I want a 1% gradient. Something like that, I reckon will work. Bit of a slope coming in and out the tunnel, but that should be fine. Unless I can do better than that. That's a 1% gradient. Don't really want track over here for any reason. That seems like quite an expensive tunnel as well. I am being very sort of finicky and perfectionist about this, but I just want to get it right. Considering this tunnel is going to get quite a lot of use. That might just be about as good as it's going to get, although I'm not happy with that out. I'm not happy with that exit. Or we just take something like that. Oh, hang on. With the 2% gradient. How's that? That's actually brilliant. That is a 1% gradient tunnel, and it doesn't have a stupid, unrealistic slope coming out of it. Okay, now, so we've got the tunnel, but now we need the station in Innsbruck, which is going to have to go something like that. It's going to end up being a terminus, because, like I say, well, not a terminus, but like a... We're not going to have anything going this way, so it'll be a kind of a terminus. Do need track going this way though. That covers the entire city. That is actually brilliant. Now, we are basically out of money, not a problem. Right, passengers want to go from Innsbruck to Verona. There's also a bit of mail wants to go to Verona. Weapons we can ship from Verona. Wow, that is hugely profitable. Verona to Innsbruck, if we had any weapons. Passengers, mail, no. Not actually, no, it's not really anything we can ship to Innsbruck from Verona. Venice would be better, yeah. So Venice to Innsbruck, yeah, some clothes as well, a bit of grain. Okay, so Venice to Innsbruck, that's going to be a long, long train. And yeah, we can use Thatcher Perkins. Start in Innsbruck. I can't remember if there actually were any passengers in Venice that wanted to go to Innsbruck. No, not really, so... I've done that wrong. That's how it should be. We are going to need maintenance and service around here. Just make sure when you build the service tower is not a problem, but the maintenance facility can affect your track because it's quite big, so it sort of flattens the land around it, which can create very unwanted, unnatural slopes on your track. But if you build it in a relatively flat area, it's fine. Can we issue stock yet? Yes, we can. If I pay off this bond, I might be able to refinance one. Yeah. Pay that off. And then refinance it at 9%. And then the next stop is Rosenheim. And then Munich. I could actually take out a load of bonds and probably connect to Munich right now. Or I'll wait for some big trains to come in. Well, that's a big ammo. Put down your car on that. Just out of interest, is anybody actually, now that we've got a few more stations, anybody really interested in Bergamo? I mean, Verona maybe. So a Verona-Bergamo train could be interesting. We don't already have one. I don't think we do. No. So we'll do Verona to Bergamo. It won't make a lot of money, it just might help with shipping a bit of things, a bit of odds and ends here and there. Double up a bit of track while we're at it. That looks very silly, but it does actually apparently work. Yeah, we can't issue stock. Probably 1880 we'll take out some more bonds, assuming the boom carries on, and then we'll connect up to Munich. So Rosenheim, Munich, and then oh, actually we've got buying to Germany, which is 1 million. Yeah, okay, so we are going to have to take out quite a lot of bonds and issue quite a bit of stock. That is a hugely profitable train, yeah. It won't make that much, but when it arrives, but it's still going to be hugely profitable. This is the thing about this map, is that you just make an absolute fortune, even though it's not a very big map with not a lot of towns and cities, because you just make a fortune hauling, you know, well, weapons mainly, but also some passengers. Toy factory in Bolzano. Our station doesn't quite reach, because of course they had to build the toy factory in the middle of nowhere on the top of a mountain where nobody can ever reach it. I like the fact that we could actually ship a load of weapons from Bolzano to Innsbruck and they would make a fortune. So let's do that. There was a train that had run out of water, which I do want to look into. Where's... It's gone now, but it's possible that one of these lines I forgot to build a water tower. Milan, Bergamo, Verona. No. There's no maintenance between Trieste and Portoguero, so I'll just build one there. Issue the stock and buy access to Germany. And then take out as many bonds as I can. And that'll do, I reckon. And then we can go from Innsbruck to Munich, which should be relatively flat. Now why is it not letting me build... Oh, there we go. Temporary glitch, it wasn't letting me build for some reason. Maybe I was trying to build over a lake or build an unconnected track, who knows. I don't want a bridge. There's also a bit of a dip there. Oh, there we go. Bit bumpy around here. I could also use the post office trick, which is basically the same idea as the maintenance facility, where I build a load of post offices, and I've just remembered I've not actually built hotels or anything like that. Not that we really need them, because there's already a load of passengers anyway, but they would probably make a lot of money. Also, how do I actually want to do this? Because if I come in like this... I'm going to need a bridge across this river and then eventually connect up to Munich. So that connects, that actually basically is the entire city of Munich, like that, and the city of Rosenheim is also connected now. Munich and Venice share a railway. Crowds cheer as the Munich... Crowds cheer as the Munich. That the shouldn't be there. Crowds cheer as Munich is linked to the Adriatic. Yep. Right, so... we can do a short train from like Munich to Rosenheim. And also like Rosenheim to Innsbruck. Yeah, so even though we're building in the Alps, we've managed to, apart from that 9% there for some reason, we've managed to actually create an entire line from Munich to from Munich to well, Trieste and Milan, technically, the termini, and Bergamo, with I think a maximum of 5% gradient. Yeah, that's pretty good going, that. Right, so where's the most amount of weapons? Probably Venice, although possibly also Verona. Trento... Out of interest... yeah, Munich to Innsbruck would be fairly profitable. Like I said, we can do a short train from Munich to Rosenheim. Let's do Munich to Innsbruck. Munich to Rosenheim. And what else can we do? Bolzano? Bolzano to Munich. And then probably also Trento to Munich. Damn, that is hugely profitable. Trento to Munich? Yeah, it's insane how much you can make. Verona to Munich. I can put down a car on that train, I suppose. And Venice to Munich. Don't need down a car on that one. Yeah, so that is just insane money. Just hauling weapons and... did I build a train with Rosenheim? I think I did. Yeah, Munich to Rosenheim. Yeah, so a train has arrived at Innsbruck for like $1.5 million. I think that was the Innsbruck-Munich train, maybe? I'm not entirely sure, but money is just going to start piling in, it's just going to be insane. Let's get rid of some of these 11%ers. Replace them with 8%. Get rid of the 10%ers and replace them as well. 7%. Can't issue stock, nope. Alright. Get rid of these 9s. Put it on very slow for now. Can't afford to repay that. 6%, 6%. Yeah, so we've got 6.9% interest rate. Nice. It's gone down to 6.8 now, but that's fine. I mean, there are some big cities here. Augsburg, Salzburg, Linz. They've probably all got stuff going for them, so we can connect to some of these. That is the main objective, is to connect every city on the map. How? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, that works, even though it looks a bit daft. I was rather hoping to just be able to build out of here, but doesn't seem entirely possible because there's a giant cliff in the way. Unless I build out of Munich instead, do something like this. Seems like it might be better. Undo that. Get a lot of long bridges in this scenario. Guess that's kind of to be expected. That is basically a terminus, because I'm not going to need any track going this way, so that is probably actually fine. And then that is Salzburg connected. And then Linz can connect up as well, once we get a bit of money coming in. Right, Salzburg. Nobody wants to go to Salzburg, apparently. There's a lot of people who want to go from Salzburg to Innsbruck and Munich. Also lumber and milk. I mean, Salzburg, Rosenheim, Munich and Innsbruck. But probably Salzburg to Munich would just be the simplest. Just build a water tower and mention facilities over here. Did that just flatten a whole lot of land when I built that? I feel like it did. Anyway. Yeah. Despite all my deliberating over what trains to build, all of my trains just end up being Thatcher Perkins because it's just the best overall go-to all-round type train. Yeah, we'll put down a car on that as well. Why not? Stock's going to split again. Oh, we finally repaid the margin debt. That's nice. This boom is lasting a long time, which is very useful for me. Oh, I've got AAA credit rating. Stock split 3 for 1. That's kind of crazy. I wasn't expecting that. But then again, we did apparently make 6 million in profit. Yeah, so we went from being like less than 1 million to just slightly over 6 million. Yeah. Weapons. We've already hauled 17 of the 30 required loads, so essentially, once that gets to 30, all we have to do is connect to Zurich and then we get gold. So this should be a piece of cake. We've basically got like 25 years. Sorry, 30 years to just connect every city on the map now. And the weapons will just sort of deliver themselves. I mean, they won't, they require trains, but I don't really have to worry about it. Now, Linz is a literal edge of the map corner city, so that is a literal terminus. I could get the iron mine at the cost of that, or just do something like this. Yeah. And then this track is now unnecessary. So it's a bit of a weird station track configuration because you kind of think the station should be more over here in the centre of the city, but it does work, apparently. Heck of a lot of iron, but there's no coal, which means there's no steel. Ship some passengers. Apparently people want to go from Salzburg to Linz, which is interesting. Oh, but actually not that many people. But yeah, so Linz to Munich. Can do that. You see, the thing is by connecting every city on the map, you're getting a lot of stations that you wouldn't otherwise normally connect to, because normally I'd have basically no reason to connect to these cities. I mean, they are profitable in their own right. But like Bergamo, I wouldn't necessarily thought to connect to them. But, you know, it doesn't have a whole lot of stuff going for it, but it's... you can get a train there and it'll make a bit of money. Right, let's pay off some of these bonds. And might be able to get 10 million in 5%, which would be very good. Not that I actually need that, but hey ho. Right, that'll do for now. Next stop, Augsburg. Or Alpsburg, I don't know, but... Ooh, got a horrible situation again where how I want the station is not actually how it's going to be. Huh. Alright. If I build... Because now I actually have the money, I can do this. So I was wondering if I build something like that. It still doesn't quite work. Unless I build 2 stations, but that's kind of daft. for like... This is a bit frustrating. No, really, what I want is the station right there, but... If I destroy that one house, would that then... That would then work. Sort of... Yeah, that would work. So I can actually build a station like that. This is where unconnected track becomes very annoying. And trying to do stuff like this. But, fortunately, even though this track is unconnected to the rest of my track, I can actually build on it. So you can kind of manipulate the game that way. And then there you go, you get a station that looks ridiculous because it's right through the track, but it does work, game-wise. Now I just have to connect this up with the rest of the track. Shouldn't be too difficult. He says. Ooh. There we go. I want this to look somewhat realistic. No, not like... Let's see. It's created a load of 5% gradient, I don't know why. Yeah, that'll do. Unless the post office trick works. That has actually sort of worked. Yeah, that has actually worked. That is the post office trick. You basically just build a ton of post offices, and they basically just manipulate the terrain by flattening it for you. Yeah, there's a train there, Bolzano to Verona. Oh! It's because I don't have maintenance and service between Bolzano and Trento. I do have maintenance and service, I think, between everywhere else. So that's fine. Can't issue stock. Not that I need to. Salzburg and Munich. Some passengers want to go from there to Augsburg. Augsburg to Linz actually seems reasonably profitable. So let's do that. And then we can do Augsburg to Munich, start in Munich. And Augsburg to Salzburg. There we go. Yeah, so these are what I would call like the easy cities to connect to. The difficult cities are going to be like Klagenfurt, Chur, and Sondrio. They're going to require a bit of effort to get to. And they're also not really worth it, because they're far away, and they're only very small cities. So it's still got 5 loads of weapons to deliver, but, you know, they're on their way. So, yeah, really all I actually have to do now for gold is just connect Augsburg up to Zurich, and I can probably do that, like, right now. I probably have enough. I could probably pause the game and just beeline, do something daft like this. Oh, I have to buy into Zurich, but, you know, you get the point. But, where's the fun in that? Buy into Zurich. Sorry, buy into Switzerland, rather. Salary, good, and bonus, and economic boom still. Right, yeah. So, next stop, we can connect to Ulm. Am I going to have a situation again where I want to build the station's not going to be... Yeah. For God's sake. It's getting to be a bit of a theme where I want to build a large station, but it's like right on a river. Carry on. Oh, economic boom fading, so now I'm just prosperity. That's fine. Weirdly, that post office doesn't satisfy that station. Despite actually kind of being in the radius at the time. So yeah, Munich to Ulm. Also Augsburg to Ulm. I think at this point we could probably just run trains here, there and everywhere. And they'll probably be okay. They don't have to be sufficiently short distance, but probably still just make money. Because there is actually a lot of cargo just flying around. Linz has a ton of cargo, but unfortunately it's just a load of iron that's basically useless. Like, because the only thing I can use iron for is steel, but there's no coal. Well, there's a bit of coal, but then why is it not making steel? Or it is, but it's getting shipped somewhere. No, there's just no steel. There's no steel on the map, so... Oh well. It's not important. And then from Ulm we can go to Rottweil. Or Rottweil. Could issue stock, there's not really any point. Not that much money. Presumably Rottweil or Rottweil is where the breed of dog the Rottweiler comes from. Would make sense. And I thought this would actually be quite simple to connect to, but unfortunately the city appears to be in a bit of a mountain dip. Right, That's simple enough, actually. Right, Rotvile has a couple of passengers that actually want to go to there from Ulm. There's no mail that wants to go there. There's not actually really a whole lot in this city, but we can go to Augsburg or Munich. Rottweil to Augsburg or Munich. Munich would be more profitable. Is there anybody in Munich that wants to go to Rottweil? No. Well, we can do both. Rottweil to Munich. And then Augsburg to Rottweil. And Ulm to Rottweil. There we go. And I did build maintenance and service, so that's fine. Memmingen doesn't appear to have a whole lot going for it, but we'll connect to it nonetheless, seeing as it's A, a requirement for every city, and B, it's on the way to Zurich. Right, now the Shay has become available, and the Shay is basically just all-round better version of the Fairley. The Shay is poor fuel economy, average acceleration, good reliability. This is basically just... I mean, it is a truck, essentially. It just will do 22 miles an hour, give or take, up a sheer cliff. You don't have to worry about gradients. This thing will just go 20 miles an hour, pulling a full consist. It's a great little thing. I've used the Shay before. Rarely, but I do occasionally use it. Whereas the Fairley I don't actually really use much, if ever. But honestly, the simpler solution is to just try and avoid steep gradients. People from Rottweil and Ulm want to go to Memmingen. Not loads of people, but a couple of people. More people from Ulm than Rottweil. Quite a lot of people from Memmingen want to go to Munich. So we could do Memmingen Munich or Memmingen Ulm. Was it Ulm? Or was it... I can't remember if it was actually Ulm or Augsburg. So we've actually currently hauled 32 loads of weapons already. And obviously that's only going to go up and up and up. I could actually probably pay off these bonds, but there's not really much point. I really want to connect to Zurich, but obviously once I connect to Zurich, then that's the goal. So, with that in mind, we are not going to connect to Zurich. We're going to try and connect to somewhere else instead. The question is where. So cities we still need to connect to: Sondrio, Klagenfurt, Belluno, which I've just seen over there. I haven't actually seen that. So Sondrio, Belluno, Klagenfurt, Chur is 4. And Zurich makes 5. And that is it. Okay, so let's try and connect to Belluno, and then that will be a dead end. Now there are two ways I could do this. I could either just tunnel through, which is actually proven to be more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Because I thought, oh, just, you know, bridge and tunnel through. The other way, which is the way that I was actually going to do anyway, is basically branch line out of Venice and build along, like how we got from Verona to Bolzano and Trento in the first place. Branch line out of Venice, and I have kind of built that wrong, should build more like this. And then do something like this. Ooh, don't want 4%. Is 4% unavoidable? Quite possibly. That's fine. It's this second bridge that causes the issue. Because for some reason, building this second bridge raises all my track up to 4%. Which I suppose is fine, because realistically we're not going to get many trains going this way anyway. And I can basically just accept slightly subpar track. I wonder if it's possible... No, I was going to say, is it possible to get from Belluno to Bolzano and then Innsbruck, and then we would have an alternate way to get from Venice to Munich by going like this way, but no, that's not really going to be possible, is it? This Klagenfurt line is going to be a bit of a pain. Anyway, right, that is Belluno, which can probably get away with a medium station, to be honest. I mean, I could just build a large station. Oh. I've just seen... yeah. We'll build a large. We can afford it. Because I just saw there's like a little house there, so... right. People want to go... I think that's Trento. Yeah, Trento to Belluno. Some people want to go there. A lot of people want to go from Belluno to Venice, or Verona. Or Trento. Yeah, I mean, this is a city that you otherwise wouldn't really connect to. There's not really any point to connect to here. But we could just do a train from Belluno to Venice. How's the traffic, actually? This is fine. This could probably be doubled up. Got the money for it. Anywhere else needs a bit of doubling up, maybe? I can double up round there. This is the advantage of the iron bridge, is that it's cheap. Trains can run relatively fast. Well, cheap-ish. Cheaper than the stone, more expensive than the wood. But trains can still run relatively fast on it, and you can double it up. I did not build the Belluno train. So, Belluno to Venice. Yeah, getting to Klagenfurt's not going to be easy, because like I say, there's probably going to... probably going to be two ways of doing it. I either go this way, which is how I think I'm probably going to end up having to do it, or I try and go from here, and then just tunnel through here. I mean, I might end up having to do both. I could end up doing both. But let's just try here from... No, I don't want double track. Yeah, it's just going to have to basically be a straight tunnel, unfortunately. I don't think I can... Because these mines are getting in the way. Well, mine and sheep farm, or... I think that's a sheep farm. Yeah, it's a sheep farm. And annoyingly, I'm actually kind of getting in... My own maintenance service is kind of getting in the way as well. Ironically. Right, this is just going to have to be, I reckon, probably just a lot of tunnels. So you would never do this in like a normal game play, because, you know, I know for a fact that Klagenfurt is not going to have much in the way of industry and cargo and profit. That is a daft bit of track. That is incredibly silly. If it weren't for this silly bridge thing here, I'd actually be tempted to accept that. This track is going to be horrible. I think there's no way about it that this track is just going to be absolutely awful. That's a 5% gradient tunnel. I was going to say, like, that tunnel does actually kind of go where I want it to go, but... Wow, okay, that's a bit nasty around there. Tunnel's fine. Okay, that works. What I might end up having to do is build the track and then accept it and then just build a whole lot of I was hoping to build some. Build a lot of post offices to sort of smooth it out here and there. I mean, that is horrible. Horrible track. There has to be a better way. Oh, end of the year. Yeah, salary cut, because we only made 4.3 million that year. Granted, the economic boom has ended, so we're not going to make as much money. That is disgusting track. I don't think post offices are going to help here. This isn't even what I would say is going to be the hardest city to get to. I thought this would actually be difficult but doable, but this is nasty track. That's possibly kind of helps. I mean, I am kind of just worrying about nothing here because, you know, A, the trains can handle the gradient, B, there's not really going to be many trains going here anyway. Okay, that's fine. Build a station here though. Medium station will actually cover the whole city. That's how kind of small that the station is, the city is. There's nothing here besides some passengers and some mail. That's quite impressive. Okay, so that might actually just flatten out. Yeah. That might flatten out. That's okay. That might require a bit of redoing. trying to get a maximum of 5% gradient. But honestly, just as smooth as I can make it, really. This is just disgusting. What the fuck is this? That's horrible. In an ideal world, this would be tunnelled out, I suppose. That might actually make it worse. I've also noticed that I've lost a lot of money. I used to have like sort of 5 million, and now it's kind of just gone. I hope it hasn't been spent on stupid post offices and stupid track on my part, but hey ho, I'll make it back. I can always issue stuff and, you know, take out bonds. Good grief. I think I'm losing... I might be fighting a losing battle here. This is, Okay, on the plus side, apart from this little bit here, on the plus side, this is all okay. So it's just this tiny little bit of track here that I need to fix. It also kind of goes to show that there is a lot of capability in the game for optimization. Like, you can kind of manipulate the game to get it to sort of do what you want, within limitations, I suppose. But okay, that's like a bit of 6%, a bit of 9% there. It's a bit. For fuck's sake, made it worse again. The issue is every time I build a maintenance facility, I do irreversible damage to the terrain. Oh, I've actually run out of money. Something I didn't foresee happening. Can't issue stock. Yeah, my profits have taken a bit of a hit, thanks to all of these maintenance facilities and service stations. Oops. That might affect things. I think demolishing track might come under an expense as well. Yeah, I might just have to kind of deal with this, honestly. It might be a losing scenario. That's a bit better. For goodness sake! I don't know why I'm bothering at this point. It's just stupid. It's just not going to work. All this effort for like a city that I'm going to have like one train going there. Honestly. I've become a bit obsessed at this point. I should have probably actually just accepted that bridge. That bridge is probably fine. Oh. Okay, there has to be a way. I've not come this far only to fail and give up. Oh. will do. That will do. So, yeah, I mean, that was a hell of a lot of effort for, you know, basically no point, but I've managed to smooth that out as best as I can. It's still pretty raggedy. But, yeah, that's about as good as it's going to get, I reckon. Now, as for all of that, we still actually need maintenance tower. Or maintenance facility and service tower. There. There is a maintenance facility there. Service. There. That will do. So, after all that, the only thing I actually really want to do with this Klagenfurt station is just run a train going to Trento to Klagenfurt and back. Bloody hell, that took a lot of effort. And it was probably not worth it. I'm going to save the game. Right. Well, that was somewhat entertaining. Right, so that's Klagenfurt and Belluno. So we still have Sondrio, Chur, and Zurich. Chur should be easier to get to. So let's try and get to Chur. Yeah, they're really not happy with us. We did not do well last year. Maybe because I spent about 5 million more than we should have. So let's try and connect to Chur. Sondrio might not actually be too bad to get to. Depends if I can tunnel through from Bergamo. Kind of can. Yeah, that actually economy normal now. Saying that, considering we've basically had prosperity and boom for like the entire well, actually we've only been playing for like less than just about 10 years. Feels longer than that. Probably because I've had it on slow for most of the game. And also because I've actually kind of done a lot in those 10 years. Kind of mad that in like 10 years I've gone from making like basically no money to a company that's hugely profitable. Is that going to work? No. There's a surprise. That works. Yay, they're pleased with us, so yeah. So basically, even in economic normal, when I don't spend like a lunatic, we still make like 4 million in profit. So money's not really an issue. Put it that way. It is worth noting that if you don't connect to Zurich, you do not even get a medal. But if I connect to Zurich right now, I get gold. But I still have 25 years to connect to Zurich. I don't think it's going to be an issue. And I do actually get $300,000 bonus for connecting to Zurich, but I will basically never be able to claim. Right, nobody wants to go to Sondrio, and Sondrio is just passengers and mail, so they can go to Milan, I suppose. Actually, Verona. Yeah, Verona would be probably more profitable. Anything in Verona can ship over to Sondrio. Probably not much, just a bit of clothing and a bit of iron. Right, Sondrio to Verona. We are going to probably need maintenance and service, because I probably forgot to build that. Accidentally bought 1,000 on margin. Ooh! Memmingen to Ulm has completely and utterly failed, because I forgot to build maintenance and service. Well, whoops. That is not good. Surprised it hasn't broken down or crashed. Well, it might have broken down and I didn't realise, but it might not. It just hasn't crashed. I mean, to be fair, Thatcher Perkins is above average reliability, so it's living up to that reliability. I could probably pay off these loans, but there's not really much point, because it'd be a big expense for like an extra $250,000 a year. I don't need that money. Could issue stock, don't need to. We apparently have 1,600 miles of track. It feels like more than that, but again, the map isn't very big and a lot of this is single track. Sondrio. I didn't build maintenance service. Has that made gradient worse? Kind of, yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty nasty gradient. I will actually build some hotels and stuff in the big cities. They probably won't make any money, but you know, they might just increase the amount of passengers and mail we get. I can't even make that into a large station. Not that I actually need to, but it will not let me. Also, I don't think I ever built a Portaguero to Venice train. Not that we probably need one, but... Did I do Portaguero to Verona? I don't think I did, but we'll do that now. Because Portaguero kind of got ignored, because it wasn't that big at the start and that profitable, so it's kind of just been ignored, I suppose. Also Trieste to Verona, I don't know if I did that, but we'll do that as well. Yeah, so we're making like 4 million a year or so, which is good. Or 60 loads of weapons and we've still got like 25 years to go. Pretty mad. Because they're still hugely profitable, even though there's a whole load of weapons in Munich itself. Right, so cities to connect to. I think we've got Chur, and I think Chur and Zurich, and then that's it. So we might as well try and connect to Chur, which should be relatively simple, from either Memmingen or this line. Probably actually maybe do both. I don't really want a bridge like that. Just a short, simple bridge like that. Right, where's... there it is. There we go. So I've got a nice little loop going now. I mean, I fully expect Chur to have basically nothing in the city. It looks absolutely tiny. It's like 4 houses. Whoa, what the? Oh, for God's sake, that's just ruined my track. That was a nice bit of track I had there, and that's just ruined. I think that's a bit of a lake there, isn't it? Because I can't build suspension bridges until 1895. Not that I want a suspension bridge, I'm just saying. That's a nasty gradient coming up to that bridge there. Okay, this isn't actually going to be as easy as I thought it would be. I thought it would be quite straightforward, but it's actually proving to be not so straightforward. Alright, we'll get rid of this track. Do this track first. I just want a short bridge over here. Yes, like that. That's what I want. That's not exactly what I want. That's not what I want. I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible so I can just do it in the one video, because I'm coming up to the 2-hour limit. Right. That is ridiculous, but it might just have to do. At the end of the day, like I say, we're not going to have many, if any, many trains going this way. Right, there we go. Chur is connected, and as daft as it is, I am going to need a large station. Oh, for fuck's sake! Why would you do that? You know, I had a perfectly good large station, and then it just does that. Why? And again, why would you do that? Right, that's just made the whole city incredibly difficult to get to now. That doesn't make any sense. I've just got to build a whole lot of extra track for no reason. Really, game? Really? Really? Ugh, for God's sake. It's like Klagenfurt all over again. This is like Klagenfurt, but worse. When you end up building stations to... instead of... you end up building stations instead of post offices to try and level out your track. Daft. Oh, dearie me. This is so stupid. Right, that works. Annoyingly, it's now, like, Chur Point, not just Chur. But hey-ho, that works. And, predictably, there's basically nothing in Chur. You know, just a couple of passengers here and there, like... So we could just do, you know, train from, like, Augsburg to Chur. A bit of passengers and a bit of mail. Or Ulm, rather, maybe. No, we'll do Augsburg. Augsburg to Chur. Excuse me. Right, well, I'm just going to make one final check. That is every city on the map, other than Zurich. And also save the game. So I think once I connect to Zurich, that will be gold medal, and then that will be game over. Chur, Sondrio, Bolzano, Belluno, yep, Trieste. No, I think that is everywhere. Bergamo, yep. Sondrio, Chur, Innsbruck, Salzburg. Yep, okay, so just connect to Zurich, and then that is... oh. There's a maintenance and a service there, and there. Yeah, it's a pretty stupid, nasty track, but it's a lot better than it was after my manipulation. Right, see ho. And the final bit of track going over to Zurich. Oh, gotta avoid this lake. That would be preferential, or preferable. There you go, that should be gold. Milan and Zurich connected. Italy and Switzerland, strangers no more. And we'll just get a train for the sake of it. There's Zurich to Augsburg, I suppose. And Zurich to Munich. These trains probably will never run because I'm imagining that it's just going to be gold medal, like basically now anyway. So there you go, gold medal. From the looks of it, the Alps were made of gold. Yeah, so it's not a very difficult scenario, this. Not a very difficult scenario, but a fun one nonetheless. It's easier than it looks. Like, you look at it and you think, well, how the heck am I going to get through this giant cliff of mountains, essentially? But, you know, the Verona, Trento, Bolzano, Innsbruck, Rosenheim, Munich route is nice and flat and simple. You do have to pay a few million for tunnels and stuff, but no, it's not difficult. And I think that is every city on the map connected. I can't see any others. If I've missed one, then it's kind of too late now. I am speaking quickly because I do want to kind of just end the video. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. More Railroad Tycoon 3 hopefully to come in the future. The next scenario on the campaign is French Republic. But for now, see you in the next video and take care. Bye, folks.